Hello everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm so excited that I finally made the time today to sit down and make my first YouTube video. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, but finally today I got the time. Before we start, I just want to ask you guys to please subscribe, please like, and let us interact on the comment section. Let's begin. Before we start, guys, look what Mihlali made me do. Mihlali is a real influencer. Hey? Cut my hair. She inspired the color. She inspired the cut. I really love it. Okay. Before I go on forever with unnecessary things, today I'm going to be talking about, today is the first part, so it's two parts because I don't want it to be too long. So today I'm just going to be talking about the first part on how I lost the baby weight. So today I'm gonna be I've got two babies, so I did manage to lose the baby weight twice. So today I'm gonna be talking about how I managed to lose baby weight the first time around successfully. So this happened, like, my baby's what, 4 years old, yeah. So this happened like 4 years ago. So the first time around I gained a total of 23 kg. Yeah. Before I fell pregnant, before I found out that I was pregnant, I weighed about 58 kg. And then when I got to the hospital, in preparation of giving birth, when I climbed on the scale, I was about 83 kg. So from 58 to 83 kg. I struggled with morning sicknesses. So then I end up eating whatever that was gonna stay down. I just wanted to eat that. I didn't really mind whether it was healthy or not. So whatever stayed down, that's what I was gonna eat. So the first trimester, what would stay down to me was ipapa. So I just went on and ate my pap with everything that you can think of. I liked pap and eggs, pap and chicken insides. I really enjoyed that. And then also pap and pap and everything. Pap and I also liked lamb, so pap and lamb. So yeah, so that is how I ended up gaining 10 kg the first trimester. Came second trimester, the morning sicknesses were not slowing down, so I gained another 10 kg. And finally the third trimester, that's when I gained like 3 kg. So I don't know how that worked, because that's when you're the biggest, but yeah. So that's how I ended up gaining a total of 23 kg. So what happened with me is that, so when I got out of hospital, I noticed that the first week I lost about 6 kg. So I would imagine that it's from the 3 kg was from the baby, because she was about 3 kg, and then the other 3 kg was water retention. And then as time went by, also the shock of being a new mom, the shock of learning how to breastfeed, and all the struggles that comes with being a new mom. And then I lost an additional, I don't know, about so 6. 6 minus 13 9, yeah. So yeah, I managed to lose about an additional 9 kg, which went to 13 kg. So then I got stuck at 70 kg. My target was 60 kg, even though before I fell pregnant I was like 58. But then I wanted to give myself, I wanted to be at 60 kg, because I figured that it was just going to be easy to lose the other 2 kg so that I can get to 58. So I got stuck at about 70 kg. So lucky for me, I had a friend who just also had a baby. Odibuseng, shout out to Dibuseng. Hey girl. So Dibuseng told me about a program called Weigh Less. So what happens with weigh less is that you eat more to weigh less. So it's not, how can I put it? It's not those quick fix diet type of diets. It's so with weigh less, you know exactly what you're putting in, exactly what you're eating, because you weigh your food, and then they also give you something they call a formula. Yeah, they also give you a formula. So there's a formula for breastfeeding moms, particular formula for different types of people who've got different types of needs. So my need was that, of course, I didn't want to slow down my milk supply, so I was put under a formula. So I'll just give it an example. The formula, maybe let's say that, okay, in a day you would have seven carbs, and then maybe you would have those 7 carbs, 1 carb would be 100 grams, and then you'd also have maybe they'll tell you to eat maybe 5 different green veggies. Also maybe they would say then maybe have 4 different types of proteins, maybe 4 things that have got milk in them. So that would be a formula. So you'd actually eat a lot of things, but in moderation, because you'd have to weigh and plan your meals properly. So I got to do weigh less. They gave me a good formula, which is for breastfeeding. And then the first, okay, yeah, if you want to learn more about weigh less, I think you can just go to the internet and then look at, because every area has what they call a weigh less leader. So go to the internet, maybe call the weigh less number that you're gonna get, and ask for the leader that is in your area, and then they're gonna, and then just hook up with them if you're interested in also joining weigh less. So the first week of weigh less, I remember I lost about 1.5 kg. So in 2 weeks I had lost 3 kg. So it was to do working for me. And then mind you, I didn't do any exercises. I just focused on eating well, because at that time I didn't have anyone to stay with the baby while I exercised. And I just also think that I was not educated enough to know that I can do some exercises at home with the baby there still. So I just didn't exercise. I walked. I just, yeah, in the afternoon I'd take the baby for a walk, and then there would be my exercise. So I focused on just my food. So the first 2 weeks I lost 3 kg with weigh less. So so it took me about, because I was at 70 kg, right? I got stuck at 70 kg, and then it took me about 2 months to lose the additional 10 kgs that I wanted to lose. So it's about 8 weeks. Yeah, it took me 8 weeks to lose to lose 10 kg. So in 8 weeks time, before I went back to work, I was at my goal weight, which was 60 kg, and I was happy. So now I'm gonna go to the tips that I'm gonna be sharing with you today on how to start tackling the baby weight. First and foremost, I just want to say that, just be really kind to yourself. I mean, your body has been through so much change and so much torture, if I may say, because wow, growing another human being in your body is really not easy. Your body takes a lot of strain. So be kind to yourself. Do it in a place of love. Start doing it in a place of love and in a place of acceptance, accepting that it is what it is. You gained a lot of weight because you were bringing your precious bundle of joy into the world, and that, you know what, it took you 9 months to gain the weight. It will not take you 2 weeks to lose the weight, as we normally see on Instagram and social media. So the first tip I'm going to give to you today is, I would really advise you to stop eating like you are still pregnant. You are not pregnant anymore, so start saying no to those cravings. If a craving comes, start resisting it, especially if it's a a sugar craving, or you know, one of those cravings, I'm a cheapsy, whatever. Step number one, I would advise you to please stop eating like you are still pregnant. You are no longer pregnant. By doing that, to not overwhelm yourself, I would advise you to start breaking those bad habits. Let's say, for example, you are having your tea with 4 teaspoons of sugar. Start cutting that down to 3 teaspoons of sugar, and then in 2 weeks time make it 2 teaspoons of sugar, and in another 2 weeks time make it 1 teaspoon of sugar. And then if you can, then stop adding any sugar to your tea altogether. And I'd also advise you to really stay away from fizzy drinks. Yeah, those things are like, yeah, a very 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 quick way to gain weight is by indulging in fizzy drinks. So step number one is start breaking off those bad habits and start building on good habits. Tip number two, I would really advise you to start fighting the belly fat, because that's where the fat is really stubborn. So with me, what happened is that the first day when I got out of hospital, which was about 3 days later, I had given birth via cesarean. My mom was like, no ways, we need to really fight that tummy. So shout out to my mom for that, by the way, because I would have never really tied my tummy because I was so scared, because I gave birth via cesarean. So I was just scared that, you know, things might just start not being good down there. Maybe the stitches might open or something. But my mom advised me because like obviously I still looked like 4 months pregnant when I got out of the hospital. So what I did was I started tying my tummy on the top, and then fought the belly fat from the top. And then as weeks went by, when there was nothing left here, I'd move down ganjalo, until then I would tie the whole tummy. You don't have to start with using the belt from day one, especially if you gave birth, the belly binder from day one, especially if you gave birth via cesarean. You can start with using scarves. I used scarves, and I also used a baby receiver. And then if you're scared of touching your stitches, you can I used to put a pad or a pampas on top of my cesarean scar, and then I would just go ahead and tie. As the weeks went by, obviously then I got to tie tighter and tighter. But during the first weeks, I would tie maybe 3 hours of the day and then leave it alone, and then untie again, and then maybe the next week 5 hours. And then as time went by, I just I tied the whole day. And then I started introducing the belly binder about 3 weeks later, because I felt like I was ready, and I felt like the scar was finally healed. So start fighting that tummy using the belly binder. And that also helps with the skin of the tummy. It helps the skin of the tummy to also start gradually shrinking back, you know, because it's stretched so much with the baby and all. And then also with tying the tummy, for me it was effective. It is normally for both of the times, actually it was effective for the first 6 weeks. So the first 6 weeks, make sure that you really do your best with that tummy. Because as well, you know, it's just that little pressure that counts on the tummy, unlike just leaving it hanging like that, you know. But if you add a little bit of pressure on the tummy every day, that's gonna help you a lot. Tip number 3 is get an accountability partner. So as I said before that I joined Wayless. So how Wayless works again is that every week let's say every Friday, for example, you go in, they call them weigh-ins. So you jump on the scale and they check how much you've lost. That was my accountability partner. I knew that, you know what, I had to stick to the diet. I have to stick on the to the diet. I have to eat well, because Friday I need to be accountable on how much weight I've lost already. So I knew that I couldn't waste. So I knew that I couldn't waste time and have cheat meals and all of that, and cheat on my diet and all of that. I knew that I had to stick to my formula, stick to my food, and not cheat, because I wanted to also get the good results that I'm gonna get, that I'll be getting on my on the weigh-ins. And also another thing on Weighless is that the more you lose weight, the more food they add. Like for example, for step 1, they would tell you that, okay, you just eat only chicken breast, and then you just eat only what you call maybe brown rice. And then when you move to step 2, you realize that, okay, they've added low GI bread, for example. They've added a couple of foods. So the more weight you lose, the more food is added, because now your body is able to burn the fats, and then you're able to lose the weight. And then, so get that accountability partner, because you know, with accountability comes consistency. If you're accountable to something, then you just that will also gradually build your consistency. That can also be your account. If maybe you don't want to join Wayless, maybe your accountability partner can also be me. It can also be your mom. It can be your husband. Whatever, man. But just get somebody who you are accountable for. That's gonna help you build consistency. And then the final tip that I'm gonna give you today is, don't stress, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Remember, it took you 9 months to gain this weight, and then it will not take you 2 weeks to lose the weight. You are not Kim Kardashian. It's gonna take you a year or so. Because I remember, as much as I lost weight, there was still, I was still struggling with a bit of tummy. There was this little bulge that was left in the bottom of my tummy that was so stubborn to go away, and then it went away eventually at 9 months. And then by the end of that year, I was even able to wear a bikini. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed part 1. Please look out for part 2, which will be coming soon, on how to lose baby weight the second time around. Please do like, subscribe, and then let's also interact on the comment section. Until next time, goodbye.